The crystalline spires of Zyarea pierced the violet sky like frozen lightning. James clutched his side, blood seeping through his fingers as he stumbled across the translucent bridge. Behind him, the massive obsidian fortress crumbled. Its quantum shields finally breached after 3 days of relentless assault. In his arms, Princess Aliana lay unconscious, her silver skin pale even by Zyarathian standards. The poison coursing through her veins had turned the delicate bioluminescent patterns on her face from azure to sickly green. James had mere minutes to reach the medical bay on the other side of the chasm if the bridge held. He had come to this world as a simple xenobiologist, part of Earth's first diplomatic envoy to the Zyarathian Empire. No one had expected the Krell insurgents to strike during the peace summit. No one had expected them to target the royal family. And certainly no one had expected James Caldwell, a 32-year-old scientist from Seattle, to fight his way through a platoon of cybernetically enhanced assassins to save the Emperor's daughter. The bridge shuddered beneath his feet. Through the transparent surface, he could see the endless abyss below, where gravitational anomalies twisted space into impossible geometries. One wrong step, one crack in the structure, and they would fall into that churning void. "Almost there," James whispered, though Aliana couldn't hear him. Her breathing had become shallow, irregular. The antidote was waiting in the medical bay, but it felt like miles away instead of mere meters. That's when the bridge gave way. James felt the sickening lurch of freefall. Instinctively, he twisted his body, cradling Aliana against his chest as they plummeted. The air screamed past them, and the geometric chaos of the abyss rushed up to meet them. This was it, the end of everything. Then the world exploded in emerald light, massive tendrils of pure energy wrapped around them, halting their descent with impossible gentleness. James gasped as he felt himself being lifted, drawn upward by a force that hummed with ancient power. Through his blurred vision, he saw her, the alien queen. She materialized from the very fabric of space itself, her form towering and magnificent. Her body was composed of shifting cosmic energy, stars wheeling within her translucent form. Eyes like binary suns fixed upon James with an intensity that should have incinerated him where he floated. The human who defied death for another, her voice resonated directly in his mind, speaking in harmonics that transcended language. "Your species intrigues me." James tried to speak, but the pain in his side overwhelmed him. He felt his consciousness beginning to slip away. "No," the queen's voice boomed. "I will not permit it." She extended a hand, if it could be called a hand, and touched James's chest. Power flooded through him, alien and overwhelming. He felt his cells screaming as they were forcibly reconstructed, his wounds knitting together with technology far beyond human understanding. The agony was exquisite, like being unmade and remade simultaneously, but he held on to Aliana. Even as his body was torn apart and rebuilt, he refused to let go. The queen noticed. Something that might have been approval flickered in those stellar eyes. "Love transcends species," she observed. "How ... curious?" "Not love," James managed to gasp out. "Duty honor, she's innocent." "Ah!" The queen tilted her head, and James watched galaxies spiral within her. "Even more intriguing. You risk everything for one who is not your mate, not your kin, not even your species. Simply because it is right." She turned her attention to Aliana, still unconscious in James's arms. With a gesture, the poison evaporated from the princess's system, the green fading from her markings as azure light returned. "The Krell believe might makes right," the queen continued, her voice tinged with something ancient and sad. "They would have gladly let her die, let you die, if it served their purpose. But you, fragile human, threw yourself into the abyss for her." James felt solid ground beneath his feet suddenly. They stood on a platform of condensed energy, hovering in the middle of the chasm. The medical bay was visible in the distance, but the bridge was gone. "Why?" James asked, his voice hoarse. "Why save me?" The queen regarded him with those impossible eyes. "Because the universe is vast and cold and filled with beings who take. You are a reminder that some still give, that some still choose compassion over survival." She began to fade, her cosmic form dispersing like morning mist. "Wait," James called out. "Who are you?" "I am she who remembers," came the reply, now distant. "I am the observer of civilizations, the witness to epochs. I have watched species rise and fall for eons beyond counting. And today I chose to interfere because today I saw something worth preserving." The platform began to move, carrying them toward the medical bay. "Your species is young, James Caldwell. Violent and foolish and painfully mortal. But perhaps there is hope for you yet. If one human can leap into the abyss for a stranger, then perhaps your kind might survive the darkness ahead." Her presence vanished completely. Leaving only starlight and silence dot in his arms, Aliana stirred. Her eyes fluttered open, focusing on James's face. "You saved me," she whispered in accented English. "Yeah," James replied, exhausted. "And apparently that impressed a cosmic entity." Aliana's lips curved into a weak smile. "My father will want to give you medals, lands, titles. I'll settle for a really good cup of coffee." She laughed, the sound like crystal chimes. "You humans and your coffee. I will never understand." The platform reached the medical bay, where Xyrathian physicians rushed forward. As they took Aliana from his arms, James looked back at the chasm, at the impossible void where he should have died, somewhere in the cosmic distances. He felt the Queen watching, approving Dot, and for the first time since the attack began, James allowed himself to believe he might actually make it home.